Does anyone remember that first school camp? You're a young child, about 8 years old, and your teacher tells you, "We're going to spend the night at a campsite, and there's going to be cabins and zip lining and dinner." And you're like, "Yo, I'm so cool. I'm spending the night away from my family. It's going to be so cool." So you pack your Minecraft suitcase, put on your favorite light up sketches, and get on the bus. You're on the bus, and the kids are all gone. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. So you get to the resort and go to the cabins, and bam! You're with all your friends. You do a full day of activities. At least one person gets injured. You go to bed and realize these guys don't shut up. You begin to cry yourself to sleep as the other kids do their Herobrine conspiracy theories, and you can't get no sleep. Next morning you wake up, do one more activity, and go home. Okay, maybe all of you didn't experience your first camp like that, and I'm not even sure that's how I experienced my first camp, but it was something along those lines. I was just in the bus trips there, but as you get older, it gets better. We have this one teacher who brings a speaker every year, and you get to request some music, and man, some bangers be playing. We got the T-Swift Shake It Off, the only T-Swift song I know because I don't care enough to know any others. Sorry, Swifties. Got Katy Perry playing, Miley Cyrus. We all be vibing to party in the USA when we're down in Australia, man. We got We Like to Party and a whole bunch of other bangers playing, and we all vibing. My sister wore a face mask on the bus to one of their camps. We get off the bus, the teachers yell at you to get your bags, then we venture to the cabins. I've had my fair share of cabins over the years. Some good, some bad, some too many people in them. There was this one cabin I was in, we had like 5 guys on the floor and the rest in bunk beds. And there was this one guy in our cabin that the guys next door didn't like. So them ops pulled up, said, "You're a bumhead." What they actually said was a lot worse, but I just censored it for my sake and your sake. And boom, next thing you know, bro's getting rushed by 3 guys. And one of our guys go up behind one of the ops and whacks him in the head with a pillow. A whole lot of battling's happening. I'm sitting in my bed and I was like pretty tired, so I just rolled over and let it happen while I slept. And eventually the teachers heard all the ruckus and came over. The ops left and one of them smacked my boy's head on the side of the bunk bed. So they leave and go to the next cabin where the teachers talk to them. And then the door creaks open and one of the boys says, "If you come back in here, I'll stab you." And it was a teacher. Thankfully, the teacher went away, and we were just chatting for the rest of the night. I wasn't in this cabin, but I heard about one where they brought in Beyblades, and they just played Beyblades like during the night. So that was pretty cool. Activities on camp normally consist of things like zip lining, kayaking, raft building, etc. There was this one time on the second camp I'd ever been to, we went zip lining, and it was one of those ones where it has like the dangly rope so you can pull the other person to the top. And I waited like at the bottom, and then the person started going, and I started running from the rope that was dangling down like I was some Indiana Jones. And thankfully I got away. I got away nice and good. But the camp lady still got mad at me and said I could have given that person whiplash. So thankfully I'm as fast as Sonic. There was this camp where we took a ferry to an island and just got a bunch of stuff, which was pretty cool. Some camps we'd go to museums and stuff. I don't really remember anything interesting from them though. Kayaking is pretty funny because people always capsize and they get out and they're all like, "Brrr, it's cold." I remember one camp we went to a beach and we would go for walks on the beach, but there were like blue bottle jellyfish. People kept jumping on them and popping their heads off. And you know what I was thinking that whole time? Do whales think they're flying and humans are in space? Have you ever thought about that one? We went surfing on that camp. There were people who could actually do it and people like me who could barely lay flat on the surfboard. Some people were catching waves though. They were super tiny waves, but still. On camps there always seems to be some drama. Over the past years I try and avoid stuff like that though. Some years it's typical drama like this guy likes this girl so they're gonna go on a date. I remember one year I told my friends who I liked and it turns out one of them liked her too. But he actually had Riz, so they decided to become boyfriend and girlfriend. And it was even worse because the guy was my good friend. Like, oh, that's painful. It's not like I would have dated her anyway, though, because we discovered in my last video, which you should watch, that I'm not interested in dating. And I'm a soy boy. Bro, I just read the Urban Dictionary definition of soy boy, and it's pretty funny, but inaccurate. We'll just say I'm an omega male from now on. Other things that happened on camp was when we went to that island to buy things, some dude stole some gum from an IGA. That was pretty dumb. Now, the trip home from camp is the worst part because everyone's tired and moody. I remember this one time I got on the wrong bus. Everyone was looking for me, and we hadn't left yet because they were all looking for me and two other dudes I was with. One of the teachers came onto the bus and said, "Why are you guys on this bus?" Short story, even shorter, we finally left. I remember one time we got home and we were greeted by a rainbow, so that was pretty sick. So school camps are rambunctious. It's nice to hang out with friends and it's nice to do some cool activities, but one thing is for certain, don't steal gum. Subscribe.